Japan is not collapsing. Japan is what the future looks like when a rich country gets old before it gets a new economic model. Good evening. This is the 8-hour workday with Rex Haymarket, where every crisis somehow becomes your bill and their bonus. Tonight, we are talking about Japan, not as a punchline, not as a lost decade cliché, not as another lazy story about vending machines, anime, and economic doom. Japan is not a failed country. Japan is one of the most important economies on Earth, a manufacturing giant, a technology power, a financial heavyweight. The first thing people notice is the yen for tourists. The weak yen makes Japan feel like a bargain. Hotels, ramen, train tickets, electronics. If you are carrying a foreign card, Japan can feel weirdly cheap for a country this advanced. But for people living in Japan, a weak yen is not a travel hack. It is a price shock. The tourist sees a discount, the household sees the same country, the same paycheck, and a higher bill.
Oil, gas, food inputs, fertilizer, raw materials, industrial components, and much of that trade is priced in dollars.
America had more demand pull inflation. Japan's pressure is more import cost inflation, energy, food inputs, raw materials, and a weak yen. The grocery bill rises, the electricity bill rises, fuel rises, restaurant costs rise. The world got more expensive and Japan had to buy it anyway. For decades, Japan kept interest rates extremely low because it was fighting deflation, falling prices, weak demand, stagnant wages. Meanwhile, the United States moved into a higher rate world. That created the yen carry trade. Borrow yen cheaply, sell yen, buy dollars. It is not personal, it is math wearing a suit. If dollars pay more than yen, the money moves, and the yen stays under pressure. In the 1980s, Japan was not seen as a struggling economy, it was seen as the future. It seemed they had cracked the code. Then the bubble burst, real estate collapsed, stocks collapsed. Japan entered a long era of low growth and low prices. But Japan did not collapse. It remained safe, rich, and technologically advanced. The country settled into a kind of managed stagnation. Japan's biggest economic problem is demographics. Fewer young workers supporting more retirees, fewer people paying in, more drawing out. It shows up everywhere. Factories cannot find workers, rural towns lose schools, small businesses close because nobody is left to run them. Japan is very good at automation, but robotics cannot hold an elderly person's hand. At some point, the labor shortage becomes real. Japan is strategically vital. It is not always the logo on the box. Japan is often the layer underneath the box. The modern chip supply chain runs through Japan. Photoresists, wafers, chemicals, and precision equipment, the invisible layers behind TSMC level fabrication and NVIDIA-class hardware, precision manufacturing, robotics, machine tools, and advanced materials. Japan makes the things that make the modern world. Cars, sensors, imaging technology, and data storage. Japan has deep industrial memory and ports that know how to build complex things. Japan is stable, skilled, democratic, and one of America's most important industrial allies. It is positioning itself as the trusted manufacturing hub for the next era of tech. Japan does not lack money. That is the strange part. Japan has savings. Japan has corporations with cash. Japan has banks, insurers, pension funds, and households that spent decades treating cash as safety. But in an inflationary world, cash is no longer neutral. Cash melts. The challenge is turning parked money into productive money. Factories, fabs, power grids, eldercare, startups, robotics, and wages. Japan does not just need more capital. It needs capital to move from vaults to factories, from balance sheets to wages, from savings accounts to the industries that decide the next century. So what does Japan actually have to do? It has to compromise. Raising rates helps the yen, but makes government debt expensive. The BOJ gives up free money. Companies give up cash hoards. Retirees give up the idea that every benefit can expand forever. Younger workers give up the fantasy that patience alone will raise wages. Politicians give up broad giveaways. And Japan gives up the illusion that stability can substitute for growth. It means moving from broad subsidies to targeted relief, helping those who need it without making the whole system more fragile. It also means food policy has to face reality. Food security cannot become permanent food inflation. Japan has to protect farmers without making households pay forever at the register. It means immigration with integration, serious language paths, fair pay, and a real stake in the community. Integration, not chaos. Means energy realism, renewables, grid investment, LNG backup, and carefully managed nuclear restarts where trust can be rebuilt. And it means protecting poor retirees without making young workers carry the entire weight of the system. Generational justice. Japan's crisis is not that it failed, it's that the world changed, and Japan is being asked to write the New Deal first. Japan is not the past. Japan may be the preview. Clock in, mind the static, mind the spin, and mind who profits. Subscribe for The Economy Behind the Bill.